Ayy, stats versus facts. Ayy, know where we at on the stats versus facts. Yeah, my boy, hella black. He black. On the stats versus facts. And you might get smacked by the stats versus facts. Ayy. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Stats versus Facts. You know where we at? Sports Talk. It's your boy Marshall. I'm here with the crew. What it do, crew? What it do? What it do?
What's going on?
It's going great.
We got the man G-Reg in the house, still looking.
Still looking for money.
Money.
Where's it at?
Where that money
I heard
it.
Being
Cha-ching.
looking
And
for
we got the
money and
man-
sponsorships. If anybody is out there,
And we got that man back in green with the hat and the glasses and the whole scene, Mr. C-Mac. Oh,
Yes, sir.
there we go.
There's
He knows the
love.
vibes. He knows the vibes.
Don't say none. Don't say none.
real G's moving silence like Giannis.
Oh,
Ooh.
2020 updated version.
Gotta get out that lasagna.
He did the lasagna, right? I was like,
Yeah,
what?
lasagna.
Man. Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to the show. Got a lot of big things happening around the NBA. Free agency has officially started. And with the draft, the NBA is popping right now. 1 month till the season starts. Woo. More big things to come. It's going to be crazy. But we also got some NFL stories. So let's just go ahead and jump into the NFL from last night. Seahawks, Cardinals, both on a short week. And I mean, the Cardinals, after coming off of that big catch by DeAndre Hopkins. Oh my gosh. Might be the best wide receiver in the league, for real. Didn't have such a big day against the Seahawks. Jamal Adams came back. Dunlap. I mean, G-Reg, just break it down for us. What happened in that game?
Well, what the Seahawks need to do every game is have a running game. Russell Wilson, no turnovers, and their defense doesn't need to be putrid. Just needs to be passable, and that's what they did last night.
Yeah.
They pressured Kyler Murray. They were able to get some stops, get some key sacks here and there, and Russell Wilson was efficient. Carlos Hyde ran the ball well.
Right.
And we got a dub.
Yeah, they sure did.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I bought him.
Not a big game by either quarterback. As far as big games go, Russell Wilson had 2 TDs, threw for 197. He's 23 of 28, so he was efficient. Murray was 29 of 42 for 269. Great to have Hyde back for Seattle. 14 carries, 79 yards, 1 touchdown. He was big. Having him and eventually Chris Carson back really changes the game for Seattle's offense. It really opens it up. And then Tyler Lockett, 9 receptions, 67 yards, 1 touchdown. Metcalf also had 1 touchdown, 3 receptions, 46 yards. Larry Fitzgerald actually led the Cardinals in receiving yesterday with 8 receptions, 62 yards. So, I mean, hey, Larry legend.
Yeah.
Larry legend.
Just keeps on trucking.
Absolutely. So, for this game, Seattle now retakes the lead, at least for today, in the division at 7-3. When the Rams play on Sunday, if they win, they'll go back on top of the division. The Cardinals, still a young team. They still have time to figure it out. But this is a lesson for them. This was definitely a lesson for them. They started off kind of slow. I don't think they ever led in the game either. They never led in the game, and they were unable to come up with the big play in the fourth quarter to, put it away or at least tie the game. So definitely a tough division, tough loss for the Cardinals. C-Mac?
Looking at the stats, I think the run game might have been a big difference for the Cardinals if they had a little bit more success with Drake. He
Right.
did get one touchdown, but only 30 yards. They relied heavily on Murray. Murray outplayed or got more yards than Russell Wilson on that day. So, it's a very evenly matched game, evenly teams. It's a close game, one touchdown difference, and that one touchdown was in the first quarter. So, very close
Right.
game. Could have been going any way.
And Murray had the chance at the end because
Yeah.
there's two passes like Fitzgerald over the middle of the field.
Mm-hmm.
That was almost a touchdown, and then the pass to Isabella in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
It tied it up. I was like, oh.
Yep. You're absolutely right.
Quick question, Roldo.
Yeah.
Do you think the Cardinals need another weapon on offense, or do you think they need Kyler Murray to step up to be like more accurate and more elite?
They need another efficient. They need their running game. That's what they need, because you can't have your leading rusher with only 30. He had 35 yards, sorry, 29 yards, and overall as a team, they only had 57 yards rushing. That's you
Not getting that done.
absolutely can't have 57 yards rushing. So, and especially if the passing attack, it wasn't like Murray went over 300 yards and had 4 touchdowns. He had 2 of them for 220 something. So, or excuse me, for 260 something. So, if you are going to get another weapon receiving core, it would have to probably be after Fitzgerald retires. You have him and Hopkins right now. Your third option would be
Christian Kirk,
he's okay. I don't even know who their tight end right now is Isabella, right? No, Isabella. Who's there? I don't even know who their tight end right now is.
Arnold. Is it Arnold? Arnold Palmer? No.
Dan Arnold.
Dan Arnold, yeah.
Dan Arnold.
Arnold.
Yeah, Wisconsin.
He had
Lady.
1 reception for 4 yards, man.
Not a baby.
He
Top tier numbers.
1 million right there, baby.
Went
That's
to the
like
University of Wisconsin, Platteville.
Yeah, Platteville. Platteville? Platteville?
Platteville?
Platteville?
Platteville? Français? Les play Gobi. Yeah. It's unspeakable. Anyway, yeah, they definitely need. I think if they had a little bit more production from the rushing perspective, I think they would be a little bit better off. Murray still has some growing to do. He does have Hopkins.
the short joke.
And he's taller than me, so it's almost like it just went over my head.
Oh.
But yeah, I think the Cardinals will be okay. This is one of those games you'll learn, you live and you learn. So they'll be fine. They beat the Seahawks in the first game. That was in overtime, so it's not like they got blown out. They're both close games, so they're right there.
So just keep developing, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Now, as far as Russell Wilson, does this put him back in the MVP talks? I don't really think it. He had an okay game. I don't know if it really boosts him up for being a front runner again. I don't know if he's going to get the MVP this year, but I don't know if he.
I don't even know who is. Like, we just give it back to Mahomes, right?
Yeah, probably. Well,
all right.
that will definitely we'll definitely find that out this weekend when they go up against the Raiders, which is
The Raiders.
Yeah.
one of the big games of the weekend, which I'll jump into. This one will be in Oakland this time, since Oakland went over to Arrowhead and took care of business against the Chiefs. So
Vegas.
I think Oakland can actually win this one too. I actually think they can win this game against the Chiefs. I think Mahomes would have a big day, but Derek Carr's trying to come out there and prove, it would have been our time had I not gotten injured about 3 years ago. So
Yeah, he threw for 340 yards in the last meeting.
Right.
It had a real it was a real shootout.
Yeah.
Their car went off, and Jacobs went okay. He was like 70 yards, but he was
Right.
he did his thing.
Right, and you still have a pretty decent defense. And Oakland defense isn't too bad. Obviously, when you go up against Mahomes, it's tough. But they did get that interception. Mahomes, I was the only one for that game, which was costly, and they ended up losing. So
That'd be wild. The only 2 losses Kansas City has all year is going to be to Vegas Raiders.
I said Oakland, didn't I? I meant the Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, Las Vegas Raiders.
You're like, what?
Right.
All random.
Right. That'd be crazy. So
They're a scrappy team, though.
They are. Gruden has them playing well. I know there was some talk about them talking mess, this, that, and the other, and driving the bus around.
Pump the brakes, guys. Pump the brakes.
So we definitely want to see if Mahomes responds to mess talking and see if he's going to be right out there saying, oh, y'all want to talk mess? All right. Here's 6 touchdowns on your head, 500 yards. I need it because it'll be good for my fantasy team.
Yeah.
So I'm for it.
Get Mahomes ASAP.
I'm for it. What's the other big NFC game this weekend, G-Reg?
What else do we got on tap? We've got
on tap.
What kind of tap you like?
What's the special today?
You want a little IPA? You want a little? What can I do for you, sir?
You put that. You don't need double IPAs.
We've got the Rams versus the Bucks.
Yeah, that's like a
Here we
triple
go.
IPA right there.
Watch
Pocket
out, 12%.
The 12%.
We've got the number 2 defense versus the number 3 defense.
Yep.
Rams got Darnold and Ramsey. Bucks just have a total defense.
Mm-hmm. And
And
you have an Antonio Brown who's looking to be definitely more involved in the offense, which could really, really make a difference. Obviously,
can they stop Darnold? Can the O-line of Tampa Bay stop Darnold?
That is true.
And we have time.
Can AB get open? Because they're going to have Ramsey draped over him. We already know that.
Yeah.
So if AB comes out and just torches Ramsey this week and says, oh, yeah, I'm back, then I'm saying Bucks.
I don't know who they put They put Ramsey on AB. You think so?
Yeah, I think so. Because
Yeah.
he's the only one that I think he's the guy that they want to get in his head to mess him up because they know they can get to him just because of his past, history.
Yeah.
Especially in his recent allegedly throwing the bike at a security camera or something crazy like that. I said the word is allegedly.
All allegedly. That's all we do.
Allegedly.
So, but I think with Jared Goff, we got to see what kind of offense he's going to bring because he's just not. Their offense is not that good.
He struggles under pressure too, and so if
Yes,
the Bucks can bring pressure to him, he's going to struggle.
Right.
So is Brady. So you're like, okay, what?
Right. But who has the better weapons? I think Brady has the better weapons. So it just all depends. And I obviously don't think we'll see another great game like that from Jones again. I mean, he just broke free.
The one thing is like I probably trust McVay more than I trust Arians to scheme up something.
Okay.
Could at least do something against the Bucks, but
I trust Brady way more than I trust Jared Goff. So
yeah,
yeah,
it's a tough one to pick, man. You just like it's going to be a defensive slug out. It may not be that much scoring.
It is. If I were the Rams, I would actually try to hand the ball off to Malcolm Brown a little bit more because he's starting to come along and getting more touches, and he's more effective than the other 2 backs. So I think you give him the ball and let him grind it out a little bit, and I think he has a productive day. I just don't know if it'll be enough. I'm gonna go this particular time because I normally would go with the Bucks. I'm gonna go with the Rams on this one. 20 to 17 win.
Here we go. I picked Goff last week, and that made my skin crawl. Against Bill Wilson, but I was like, dude, Seattle's passing defense is so terrible. I was like, I was like, it's worse than the Cowboys. I was like, oh god.
Nah,
Yeah,
nothing could be worse than the Cowboys.
it's worse. I swear. I looked at the ranking. They're like 32nd. So I was like,
Nothing
oh.
could be worse than the Cowboys.
But I think the Bucks will get after it. I think they'll terrorize Goff. I think they'll get enough. Man, but Brady against Darnold and Rams. I'll go Bucks. 24-21.
Well, hold on. Let me ask you this: X Factor. Antonio Brown versus Malcolm Brown. Battle of the Browns.
Brown.
Meet the Browns.
Meet the Browns.
I mean, the Bucks really need to get their running game going if they want to. If they really want to do some, if they want to give some Brady some more time, so it's up to Rojo and Fournette to really to do something.
Right. Which, like I said, the same thing really goes.
Yeah, it's Brown and Henderson over there on the other side.
Brown, Henderson, and who's the other one?
Cam Akers.
Cam Akers. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. 24-21, you're saying, all right?
Yeah.
See that.
I don't know, man. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers offense a lot more efficient throughout the entire year so far. I think I'm gonna have to go with the Buccaneers. I would say maybe I want to say 28-17 Buccaneers. Might be a little blowout.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I like it. Other big game, moving back to the AFC, we have the Ravens going up against the Titans. And this one will be in Baltimore. Both teams 6-3. The Ravens going to have to look to bounce back after that surprising loss to the Patriots. And then the Titans coming off of they're coming off of a loss to the Colts. Quite embarrassing. Loss to the Colts. Who do I trust more? Lamar Jackson running, scooting around, trying to fling the deep ball, but it's probably not going to work. Or Derrick Henry to run over the Ravens defense again like he did in the playoffs last year.
Let me give you some information before you make your pick.
Go ahead.
Clowney's out for the Titans. Clowney's out. And a bunch of linemen are hurt for the Titans and questionable.
Mark Ingram is back now for the Ravens, isn't he?
Think so, yeah.
Whoa. I mean, the Ravens are favored by 6 points.
Yeah, it's just the Titans, their defense is just not showing up.
Right. I mean, you have quite a few guys out for the Ravens as well. Calais Campbell, defensive end, is out.
Yeah, Mark Ingram's back for the Ravens. Yeah.
Yeah, you do have Clowney is out. Laurel Murchison, defensive tackle's out for the Titans. You got a cornerback out. Adoree Jackson?
Adoree Jackson,
yeah. Yeah, he's out. Pruitt, tight end, is out. Humphreys is out as wide receiver as well. You got the backup QB for Baltimore. That's out, but I mean,
they got RG3 on the bench. No worries.
Right? Heisman on the bench.
Right. I don't want to take up too much time. I'm going to say the Ravens pull this one out, get their little revenge on the Titans. This one goes 27-17. I'm just clicking it.
Lars.
C-Mac.
I think I'm going to go with the Ravens. It's going to be a close one. I want to say 24-21 Ravens. Not too confident it's going to be a high-scoring game. Ravens' offense is iffy, spotty here and there, mostly dependent on the defense of the other team, as it should. They're not really firing all cylinders, so I definitely think that
They're
Titans
gonna
will
get Dez involved.
Huh?
They're gonna get Dez involved.
I hope so.
Wait for it. Just wait for it.
Go ahead. I apologize.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. Yeah, I was pretty much done. Yeah, that's my take. I don't think the Titans are gonna be able to blow out and win the game. So yeah.
Got it.
24-17 Ravens.
Hey, that's enough for me. That is enough for me.
I said good day.
I said good day, sir. Oh man.
I'm talking about the Cowboys or what?
Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, baby, what are we doing? Coca-Cola?
Oh no, baby.
Oh, sponsored by the Cowboys. Let's go. Stats versus facts.
Free sponsorship.
There you go. Money's in the mail. So we
All right.
got the Vikings. Stop Dalvin Cook. That's our goal.
Real. Before Dalvin cooks the hell out of the Cowboys, man. Sheesh.
Yeah. You give us any hope?
See, Matt.
It looks like Andy Dalton is starting.
Ooh.
Oh gosh.
So I don't know. Here's my
Thank you.
perspective. I don't think he did a bad job for after his first game, but Garrett Gilbert did pretty good. You know,
Yes,
he did a
yes, he
damn
did.
good job. So I'm thinking we should have stuck with Garrett Gilbert, but Andy Dalton has
agree.
more experience, so we'll have to see. They'll probably switch it up mid-game if Andy Dalton's not doing up to par in what we should be doing. So it's just it is what it is.
Think about Andy Dalton. He's not mobile. Now he does have Zach Martin back too because he didn't have him. I don't think he had Zach Martin in the game that he got injured.
No, Garrett Gilbert had him though.
Yeah, Garrett Gilbert had him, and Garrett Gilbert was a little bit more mobile too.
Yeah.
I think you roll with Garrett Gilbert. I mean, he looked better than any of the other quarterbacks outside of Dak Prescott, who still Dak Prescott has the most passing yards on the Cowboys.
MVP Dak.
And he's been gone for what now? Like 6 games?
Yeah.
That's nuts, man.
6 games? It's been 6 games?
Yeah. 5 games. Sorry. Nah, he got hurt against the Giants. That's when the Cowboys won their second game of the year, went to 2-2. And they've lost 5 straight. So yeah, 5 games.
If you go into the game and you get a concussion and then after that you get COVID, I think you just go ahead and just relax.
Yeah, relax, buddy.
Just relax. You
Sit-
saw
sit
Gilbert,
out.
like you said, mobile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Big
we've had 4 games without him. Yeah.
But the Cowboys have had 4 games without him?
Yeah.
Please run Tony Pollard more. Thank you.
Or 4.5 if you want to say that, because it happened in the Giants game. So yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So I apologize. 4 games without him.
Yeah.
The big thing for us too is I think D-Law and Randy Gregory are going to be out.
They're questionable right now.
Yeah, and I think with what we found out versus the Steelers is if we get rid of Tyrone Crawford out of the mix, put Neville Gallimore in there, we roll with Randy Gregory, Alden Smith, D-Law.
Mm-hmm.
Seem to be pretty good stopping the run.
That is a very, very good defensive line right there. That could, especially going into next year, if you keep them together, that's good. So now, since you have that in the draft some freaking quarterbacks and work on the secondary. Anyway.
It's just, yeah, agreed. But it's so hard to find a decent cornerback, and I don't know why we got rid of ours. But all right, I mean, Terrence Newman and Pac-Man were in the league for so long.
What's his name? Morris Claiborne. Mo Claiborne was always hurt. Now Trayvon Diggs is out. Foot injury.
He was our best corner, which is crazy, and now we're gonna even
He was
worse.
getting burnt too.
Yeah,
but he was a rookie. So, who did the Giants release there?
Baker, DeAndre Baker.
Yeah, need to go ahead and pick him up.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you can't do any worse.
Terrible. But it'd be nice if Granny Gregory and D-Law decided to play.
Right.
It'd be very helpful for us this game because going against Dalvin Cook, we got to have all hands on deck. I'm a little worried about Jalen Smith on the edge.
I'm always worried about
Dalvin Cook hits the edge. You're like, oh God.
Yep. So the main thing would be if the Cowboys can at least get some pressure and prevent Cook from going off, and then also Adam Thielen, because Adam Thielen can just have a field day. That one-handed catch he had. Oh,
don't forget about Justin Jefferson either.
Oh yeah, oh my. Yeah, okay. My prediction: the Vikings are going to win this game, 33-14.
Oh my God!
We got 14. Let's go.
Yep.
2 touchdowns by Andy Dalton.
Not by Andy Dalton. We'll have one, and maybe Pollard might have one.
Okay.
33-14. Vikings.
I'm gonna go 23-10.
23-10.
Vikings. Sorry.
Oh.
If that wasn't apparent. Chris, talk some sense into us. Bring us back.
I thought G-Ray was out there just said, "Psych! You thought I was going to pick the Vikings? No, Cowboys all day, baby.
You can leave us.
Cowboys at 4. Ah!
The Spurs season's coming up. Sorry. I'm already focused over there.
I think I'm gonna have to I'm always gonna bet on Cowboys, man. 21-20 Cowboys. Makes no sense, but
always believe, Chris. We believe.
Now Skip.
Live by it, die by it.
Come on, Skip.
Loyalty over royalty. Let's go.
Sir.
Come on, Chris.
Roll with it, baby. Roll with it.
All right.
Pick myself up, dust that off, act like it never happened.
Yeah, Cowboys seem to do it. So
hey, we're doing great.
Cowboys fan. I'm a realistic Cowboys fan, not a delusional one.
Okay.
Top 5, baby. Top 5
This is why Stephen A. Smith doesn't like Cowboys fans. Anyway.
Oh.
He's a Knicks fan, so.
Yeah, he is a Knicks fan.
Yeah, very hypocritical.
Yeah,
he's lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
But then again, at least he has one good team that's doing good in the Steelers. Who do we have? Cowboys.
Steelers.
Spurs.
Is he from Pittsburgh?
Oh no, he's from New York, but he's always been a Steelers fan.
He all over.
Nah, I don't count that.
That's fair. Other big game, we got the Packers and the Colts. This is a very underrated good game because I don't think that anybody saw the Colts being this good with Phillip Rivers at the helm.
Yeah, it's just like they're just looking for a quarterback. They got the defense. They had the run game until Mac got hurt.
Right now they have Hines, I believe.
Yeah, they drafted Taylor to take over. He couldn't do it, but then Hines all of a sudden just busted out and started doing well.
Right.
Well, I mean, Taylor's got 4 touchdowns, almost 500 yards. That's not
right.
It's not bad. I mean,
yeah, but they expected a lot more from him his rookie year.
Dang, what do you expect? 20 touchdowns?
Yeah.
No, nothing less.
But I will tell you this. This is a big game for Aaron Rodgers because if he comes out there and absolutely torches what is a very good Colts defense.
One of the best pass defenses in the league.
He is going to really, really elevate the pack. Right now, the Packers are sitting atop the NFC. So they definitely want to keep that going. But that'll also help his MVP case because right now he's thrown 26 touchdowns with 3 interceptions, bro. Come on. It's between him and Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. It's between him and Patrick Mahomes, man. That's all I can really say. But, yeah, the Colts defense, as we were mentioning right now, I believe, what are they ranked?
I think they're top 5 in pass defense. I don't know total
overall
defense. They've got to be in the top 10 probably.
They are. I had it earlier. They're definitely in the top 5. We just need Phil Rivers to kind of keep them afloat. And I mean, you really don't have. I mean, if you had T.Y. Hilton at wide receiver and putting up numbers, it would be a lot easier. But for what it's worth,
got to rely on Michael Pittman. He seems to be stepping up for them.
their lead receiver is Zach Pascal or Pascal. So, Aaron Jones, Devontae Adams, Aaron Rodgers. I think that's enough said. Packers pull it out. I'm going to go 28-21.
Those games.
Packers. And they'll be in the lead. The Colts will come up with a couple of late scores to make it a respectable 21. But the Packers will be up like 28-7 by the time the fourth quarter rolls around.
Jesus. Sheesh.
You want to go, Chris, or me?
No, you go ahead, boss.
All right. The way to beat the Packers is to run the ball. So the Colts are gonna have to pound the rock. I think they're gonna keep it close, but pounding the rock and keep playing good defense. I think ultimately you got to rely on Phillip Rivers, and
he's gonna have 2 interceptions this game.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about him. We all saw him fall down, try to make that tackle.
Right. Even though the Packers defense isn't the greatest, but
yeah,
regardless.
I'm gonna go Packers 27, Colts 21.
Okay. 21. You pretty much said the same thing I did.
Yeah.
Except you took a point off.
I'm just throwing numbers together, really.
I think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be that high of a scoring game. I think it's going to be around like 17 to 9 Packers. I think Aaron might struggle a little bit with the defense from the Colts, but I don't think the Colts will be able to translate their stops into offense. So it's going to be a very low scoring game, I think. But I don't think the Packers will make any turnovers. Just won't be able to convert and get to the end zone and put up numbers.
Ours.
I like it. 17-9, right?
Yep.
All right. So for all you people that want some predictions to bet, I mean, we got them. We got them.
You want to put the money up, let me know. DM me.
All right. Absolutely. Well, before we move on to the NBA, 2 quick things. Number 1, Dustin Johnson won the Masters at under 20. That is the best score in the Masters passing. Tiger Woods and it was Tiger Woods and what's his name?
Tiger Woods, y'all.
Was it Rory?
Rory
McIlroy had that one. I have to double check that one again. But absolutely, congrats to him. And Tiger Woods had he had a shot, 10 shots on hole number 12, which was okay. And he didn't play bad the first couple rounds, and then he just kind of lost it. But he finished respectfully, though. He birdied the next, 3 out of 4 holes or something like that. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
You got yourself back to the under. So,
hit the ball in the water 3 times on 12th hole, man.
Yeah.
Difficult to win on those.
Yeah. So, but, again, congrats to Dustin Johnson, man. He really did the damn thing.
His wife must be really happy.
Hey.
Oh, man.
Where do you go after that? Where do you go after that?
I don't even know.
You broke Marshall. C-Mac, you broke.
On to hockey news.
What?
Oh, I did want to ask you. I did want to ask you
Yeah,
real quick about. We found out that Taysom Hill was going to start over Jameis Winston.
Yes, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's a big indictment to Jameis Winston. Just pretty much just a slap in the face, like, bro, you suck. Sit down. You're the defensive player of the year. We don't want you to start. Hey, let's see what you got, Taysom. I mean, I picked him up for my fantasy because he's listed as a QB and a tight end, and I need a tight end, even though he's going to be playing QB. So I'm still going to get the numbers. You know what I'm saying? It makes kind
those
of
yards,
interesting.
those throwing yards.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, Michael Thomas is back for his second game, back from injury. If they can make that connection with Kamara, who knows? Maybe Taysom does something. I'm pretty sure they're gonna do a wildcat with him too, where he's probably gonna rush. So that'll be kind of interesting. That'll be kind of
Lamar Cam Newton offense.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see what Taysom Hill can do. So
I think it was that video of Winston doing pregame like Dak. I think they're like, nah, we're good. Nah, we're good in fam.
Yeah.
Right now, or he ate that W again.
Yep.
Come on, Winston. We've been cheering for you, man. We're trying to get you.
They're like, bro, you eating W's and COVID, bro, and then you just went and slapped everybody, man. What the heck?
Right after that, Breeze got hurt. So maybe they hold it against him.
Maybe. Yeah, Drew Brees is out for about 4 weeks with the collapsed lung and broken ribs, fractured ribs. Please get better. I think this is his last season for real.
Yeah. It didn't look like that hit was that bad.
That vicious, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's happened.
He's on milk.
Got older.
He needs some milk.
He needs some milk. Somebody, he needs some milk. Water gonna make him crazy. Anyway.
Hey, when y'all were younger and you heard someone got a collapsed lung, didn't you think it was way more crazier? Like they were gonna die like ASAP.
Yeah.
My friend got one, and like I never knew like what happened. You just like you can't really breathe, and like I'm pretty sure I think like your lung just deflates. I'm pretty sure that's basically what happens. Your lung just deflates, and you can't really like pump it back up with oxygen. So
right,
like, crazy.
So I was like, dang, like when I was hearing it when I was younger, I was like, dude, this is like an instant death. But now it's like it seems like every athlete gets a collapsed lung, and I'm like,
yeah. At one point,
yeah, I really thought it was a fatality. Get over here. Anyway, moving on to that college football. There's really only one game I want to focus on. I mean, yeah, we could talk about Oklahoma State, but that's really, who cares who wins that game? That's not college football playoffs implications. The one game I would really like to focus on is number 3 Ohio State against number 9 Indiana.
Ooh.
Ohio State is favored by 20.5 points.
Jesus.
And it is in Columbus. That's an early game, too. It's like at 11 a.m. So, yeah, we're really going to know that one quickly. I mean, I have Ohio State winning, too. But, dang, you're not even going to give Indiana a shot?
Yeah, it's got to be rough. You're 4-0, ninth late. You're like, yeah, you're going to get blown out.
Just slap in the face.
I was like, dang, man.
Justin Fields is killing him. He's got 11 touchdowns, no interceptions, 72 out of 83, 908 yards. But his name, I think it's Michael Penix Jr. for Indiana. 1,070 yards, 91 for 159 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. I mean, he's not a bad QB himself.
Yeah.
But not Justin Fields.
You going against the Ohio State Buckeyes. The Ohio State Buckeyes.
I mean, they blank. This is who Indiana's beaten. They beat Penn State by a point, who was number 8 at the beginning of the season. Then they beat a decent Rutgers team, 37-21. Then they beat Michigan, following Michigan, 38-21. And then they blanked Michigan State 24-0. So they've had, a couple of tough games in there. with Ohio State, who's a 3-0. They blew out Rutgers 49-27. They beat Penn State 38-25, and then they blew out Nebraska 52-17.
Oof.
So,
I think they have that common opponent of Penn State. So you look at that.
right.
Like Indiana, they only won by 1, and then Ohio State did pretty much a lot of damage to them. So yeah,
They did whatever they wanted that game.
it's like,
And I think Ohio State has the better athletes too, and I think that they will probably end up winning this game. But Indiana can at least keep it close.
shout out to Indiana for even being here.
Thank you.
Yeah, for real.
Thanks you, Indiana, for showing up to this party.
Right? I mean, hey,
Just
they're
a
a basketball team.
Not just a basketball school.
They were a basketball team.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were a basketball school right now. Anyway,
I think they have good swimmers.
Yeah.
yeah,
Heated pools. Heated pools.
Heated pool, you know, they got the
Yeah.
top of the line jacuzzi to keep them nice and warm for the
Right,
diving
right.
competitions. You know, the
Right.
butterfly.
Dude, I should have gone to Indiana, bro.
Yeah, man.
I was thinking about it.
I mean, they have that one guy in Indiana too. You know what I'm talking about?
Is he a
Talking
real
about
guy?
Gary. Gary,
Oh,
Indiana.
Gary, Indiana.
I guess for kicks, we can look at this other game too. I mean, it's essentially who
Or funsies.
will probably end up playing Ohio State in that Big Ten championship game. Northwestern, 19, sitting at 4-0 against number 10 Wisconsin, who is 2-0. I mean, I'm pretty sure Wisconsin's probably going to win this game. But, you know, if Northwestern were able to pull this out, I would be, you know, that would be pretty good. I mean, the remaining would be Michigan State, Minnesota, and Illinois, which I think they can win all those. I mean, obviously they would get blown out by Ohio State, but that would be good for Northwestern. They're never in, you know, this opportunity to be able to, you know, possibly go to, I don't even know if they've ever been to a Big Ten championship game.
They're a real fine university.
Yeah.
They're great for journalism, you know.
Yeah.
Right. And with Wisconsin, they also have to play Indiana. So, interesting.
Wisconsin always has those big linemen. They're like 330, all of them.
You're corn-fed, just like Nebraska.
Big boys.
Yeah.
Just mall people.
I mean, shoot, Zach Martin came out of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So, exactly. They got them big, they be feeding them boys good.
Yeah. Now we got Tyler.
All right.
All right.
So, to the NBA, we go.
Here we go. Get it all out of you.
All right. So, C-Mac, you were not with us for the draft show. So,
Boo.
I want to hear your thoughts on 3 things, which I'll go in order in this way. First, give me your thought on Anthony Edwards going number 1. Did you think he was going number 1, or did you have somebody else?
I had Ball going number 1.
Okay, so you were in consensus with everybody else.
Ball's life.
I mean, as much as you can say he's just like hype, his competition wasn't the same as the NCAA men's basketball, but I mean, he was actually getting that real experience that Luka Doncic got. So, I mean, he might add a little bit more than what Anthony Edwards might. So you never know. You don't believe? All right. So.
I'm saying I don't think he got that experience that Luka Doncic got. I think that's a little bit too far.
Well, I mean, he played a little bit longer, yes, but
And better competition.
the experience I'm talking about is playing against grown. The experience I'm talking about is playing against grown men,
I
and
got you.
the competition that Luka Doncic was going against is like, it's there's levels, and I mean, you could say that for a while that a lot of the guys that they were playing overseas leagues, were getting beat by the college guys that were here. So it's like tomato.
He's doing that. You're all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right.
I hit that thing, you know, my left hand go like, whoop.
That little hardened step back, 10 steps.
I'll still knock it down.
Man. Yeah, you don't even play basketball anymore. Don't get me started.
You asked me. You asked my 2 cents.
I did ask you, and you
Better
said
be
I
ready
don't
when
even
the other
want to
pods
play
come for
anymore.
us.
No. Wait. Okay, never mind.
I know what you're
Just
talking
in case we get that challenge from other pods, you better be ready.
about.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if they want that.
They haven't seen the tape yet, have they?
They haven't seen the mixtape.
If y'all want to go on YouTube and check out Justin Jackson's mix, I'm not gonna do that.
Criticisms at
Hey,
work.
you give the man free videos, free few views. That's what you're doing. You're sponsoring his mixtape.
See back on YouTube on his mixtape. He didn't foul him though. He didn't foul
Not a
him.
foul,
Not a
brother.
foul, not a foul.
Not a foul.
Not
Not
a foul.
Second question for you. Your reaction to actually I guess it's the question. Your reaction to Klay Thompson's the news of Klay Thompson's injury with that torn Achilles.
See, I'm mixed with emotions and words because like the regimen that they put these guys in after coming back from injury, I feel like they like tread water, but they push it a lot to where like you're going to injure something else because you're compensating to keep up and get yourself back to a level of competition rather than just, I don't know, just pretending like you never heard it and just going full speed or half speed without trying to compensate. So I think it's kind of inevitable what will happen, and a lot of times it does happen with other sports and other athletes.
Right. It was sad hearing about that. He's going to be out for another year. I mean, you think they can at least make the playoffs after drafting Wiseman? And I thought that was a great pick, and also picking up Oubre.
I wouldn't make the playoffs. I wouldn't even touch the playoffs. Treat the playoffs like it's COVID. Stay away.
I like how DeMar treats the 3-point line.
Oh, okay.
That one cut deep.
Yeah. All right. Put a Band-Aid over it.
One more year, baby.
Oh, my goodness. I forgot who said that, man. Anyway. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I heard that somewhere else. It wouldn't be. I'm not that cold. Third question to you is your thoughts on the Spurs draft picks.
Interesting. I wouldn't have
I'll start it. First, Devin Vassell.
guard. See, my perspective is, the higher ups and the internal officials and members, like they know something we don't. So I mean, they also see something we don't. I might think that probably should have got a big man. You probably think the same thing too, but maybe the future for the Spurs isn't with the big man. Maybe they're trying to go small ball, like I said earlier off air. Like,
don't tell Marshall
that. Maybe they
can ask Houston how that worked out.
Wasn't the right team
either.
Wasn't the right team.
I don't want to hear it wasn't the right team. You going up against the Lakers, who have big men, and they're gonna torch you down low. No.
The Warriors won 2 championships with small ball. Come on.
No, they didn't. They still had a big guy in there. They had Bogut. After they had Bogut, they had
they were still small. Okay, when they picked up Kevin, not as small, but they still wanted one. They're going small.
How about we go big, but we just don't invest much money in that position?
You still, regardless, you still had a center to anchor.
I mean, everybody's gonna need a center. Come on, come on. I'm not saying everybody's under 6'8". No,
but that's a big man. That's what I'm talking about. You need a big man.
4 small guys and then a big man for rebounds, obviously. Come on.
And for rim protecting. You gotta have that. In order to win the championship, you have to have a rim protector. Doesn't mean he's got to score.
But you can still go small ball like that.
Well, fine, but regardless, I'm saying you still have a big guy who's your rim protector.
Nobody said we're not gonna have a big guy. Like
the Spurs don't really have a big guy like that. Aldridge ain't that guy.
Options like back in the day when we had Thiago and Boris Diaw.
Yeah, Thiago got dunked on, so I don't know.
But he also blocked.
He did a good job. I like Thiago. We could probably get him back.
He wouldn't do much. He just had bad hands, and that couldn't keep him in the league.
Yeah, that's fair.
Call me Brown. Small
I don't know how
hand.
I got that far with bad hands. I play basketball with a lot of people with bad hands, and they got a lot of bruises on their face.
He did have some bad hands though. Had he caught some more of those Banu passes and Parker passes, I'd have been like, okay, you can stay.
Yeah.
Not the case. Not the case. But anyway,
Beating Thiago Splitter.
so Vassell, I think that I was okay with it because I mean, obviously they'll probably put him in the G League for like maybe a year or two, and then bring him out maybe as a small forward behind Keldon Johnson. I'm guessing he has some athleticism. He has some upside for real. He can shoot, which is something the Spurs also really need. Need some guys who can shoot the three. So especially once DeMar leaves. Now my other question to you is about Trey Jones. Same part two of the same question, Greg.
3A, 3B.
Yes.
I'm not opposed to it either. I think he's kind of. I haven't watched him too much. I think he might bring a little bit of that Tony Parker, a little bit of scoring, true point guard vibe, but
he's a good defender. He went to Duke.
Got that, yeah. He's got that good defender, yeah.
I'm a big Duke fan. He went to Duke.
Yeah.
Good defender.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I was a Duke fan. I was a Duke fan.
Yeah.
Duke and defending don't go together too often.
You said what?
They're fundamentalists.
Duke and defending usually don't go together too often.
They are fundamentalists, and him going from a such a culture place like with Coach K now to Coach Pop, could really, really benefit him. But it makes me wonder, he just got another guard. So do you plan on getting rid of, obviously, I'm sure Patty Mills, maybe Quindary as well, Derek White, are his days numbered?
Probably Derek White's days are numbered. That's the one. And also, I don't think Popovich is going to stay that much longer, probably like 2-3 years. So I think that's why they're –
I don't even think maybe 2 years at max. This could be his last year. We don't know.
I definitely think that's why they're not trying to get a big man, and they're going to push a little bit more small ball because it's more entertaining. And Popovich was never all about I'm going to entertain the public, and so I think the higher ups in the organization, to them it's about money. People are going to pay to come to the games. Look at the Knicks. People are going to pay.
I see a lot of empty seats in the Knicks stadium.
People are still coming, bro. People are still coming.
We're gonna get young. We're gonna get
LeBron comes to the game. People are coming.
Yeah, for certain players, sure.
Yeah.
On a nightly basis, look at Cleveland.
Yeah.
Bro, that's Cleveland. Nobody lives in Cleveland.
Look at Sacramento.
People are going to. They just got a new stadium. People are going to Sacramento. That's California, dude.
They try. Look at Detroit.
Dude, you just said Detroit, bro. People left Detroit in 2000. What was it? 2015. People left Detroit.
Fair, but I mean,
Detroit
in San Antonio, you never hear a lot of people I'm gonna come to San Antonio. That's why I can't ever get any damn free agents.
As far as players.
Yeah, as far as players.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about people moving. I was like,
oh no, people want to move to Texas because it's cheap.
Yeah. So
yeah, we know that.
regardless if we're winning, people are gonna come because hey, it's a social thing. So players.
Yeah, but they don't give a damn about the Spurs. A lot of them don't even like the Spurs. They're like, man, I'm a Lakers fan. Or
That's true.
I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? That don't have anything to do with the Spurs team in general.
We got too many different fans of other teams that they'll come to the game.
When their team comes.
Yeah. So it's a constant cycle. You know what it is.
Circle of life.
Circle of life.
Man. I mean, the Spurs are all San Antonio has, so they will continue to support it. But
Yeah.
If it gets bad to where it turns into a 20-year drought of making the playoffs or something crazy like that,
I wouldn't mind. I can live through it.
I'll last. I'll survive.
I'll still be a Spurs fan, no doubt.
20 years of not making the playoffs, man, you might kiss the franchise goodbye at that point.
I'll have all summers off.
Not if we keep drafting guards, then we can just always have the competition guards. Something to look forward to.
We're trying to go for a guard league, sure, but if the Spurs, man, I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but if the Spurs were to go on like after making the playoffs for 22 years, not making the playoffs for another 20-something years, you can kiss that franchise goodbye. They're going to move to Las Vegas. They're gonna lose so much money.
Relax. They're not moving. They're not moving. There's so much
Did
history.
they move the Alamo?
Say it again.
Did we move the Alamo?
Why would we move the Alamo?
No, we're not moving the Spurs.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
I mean, we kind of did move the Alamo, but that's only for locals to know.
Spurs. Tell it
Only
on
locals
eBay real
know
quick.
I'm just saying, Las Vegas, they're going to look for a basketball team.
They make their
They're
own
gonna
basketball team. They're not. No.
Okay. Hey, if the Spurs stink up the joint for the next 20 years,
Bro.
Which we're not.
moving. But I don't think they will, but they would be moving. That would be the team to move. But as we were kind of discussing, we think the Kings should move to Seattle. Give Seattle a franchise back.
Yeah.
I think they should move to Seattle.
Seattle doesn't need an NBA team. No.
What?
No.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Give me the Supersonics back, man.
It sounds good, but when you think of the people that live there, like they're not going to be going to the games that much.
Yes, they will. What are you talking about?
Okay.
There's Starbucks in there.
Okay.
They would go back. They definitely would go back. That's for sure. I want to see it. Anyway, moving.
Go Spurs, go. Spurs.
Go Spurs, go. That's bottom line. Go Spurs, go. 7.
Just wait till we get
Moving
to
on
go to a game too. We all go to a game together.
Yeah, we do have to go to a game together. That's true. Moving to some free agent moves. Free agency, like you said, started. Man, there's been some decent moves right now. So starting off with the Lakers, their moves right now. So Avery Bradley is opted out. Rondo's opted out. Is looking to possibly go to the Clippers. Danny Green got traded to the Thunder, which in turn he got traded to Philly.
He passed around.
Actually, let me pose this question. From what we've seen from some of these trades, Dwight Howard moving, Danny Green moving, Oubre, Chris Paul, which team has made the best trades so far? Which team has made the worst trades so far?
Man, I think you definitely got to look at the 76ers and what they've been able to do. They've been able to get shooters. They've been able to move the Horford contract. I mean, you actually see a light at the end of the tunnel.
Danny Green now.
Yeah.
Seth Curry. Dwight Howard. And they moved Josh Richardson out of there too. They're looking pretty nice. And they drafted
makes sense now.
Yeah, Dwight Howard going to the 76ers for a year. Pretty I don't know, man. With Embiid too?
I mean, hey. We'll see how that works.
Yeah.
Maybe he can be a mentor to Embiid. Anyway, C-Mac.
I think the one biggest one that I saw, two, actually, Miami Heat, good on them for making moves, and then Gordon Hayward declining the Celtics. I'm interested to see where he goes.
Right.
I think they're saying maybe Hawks or Knicks for a sign-in trade or something like that. So,
also, Indiana was another one.
Yeah, Indiana.
I don't know. I wouldn't pick up his slow behind, but maybe some team likes what he can offer. But I don't know.
He's a hometown kid going back.
Yeah, fair.
So, with Miami, what did Miami do making moves?
Just keeping the players they had that kept them in the race, especially during the bubble, rewarding them. Keeping,
which players? They did sign a couple of people, right?
You signed Dragic, Myers Leonard.
Still looking to possibly move Kendrick Nunn too. And they just drafted Precious Achua. Yeah. Bless you.
They could play big or small with Bam.
By the way, C-Mac, did you know Precious has a brother? He's God's gift, Achua.
I don't want to hear that. Don't tell me that.
God's gift, baby.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Creative with the name. Creative.
Hey, what can you say? So, okay, yeah, Miami. For me, I think that the Clippers actually made a very good move picking up Luke Kennard. A very good move. And they got 4 second-round picks, including that 33rd pick. Like they did some things. So I think the Clippers are really looking at their roster. They still may even try to ship Paul George. I heard of talks of maybe sending Paul George to Golden State for a couple of people. Imagine if you swap Paul George for Andrew Wiggins and have Andrew Wiggins and Kawhi playing together.
That'd be a nice team.
That would actually be a nice team.
I still want Paul George. I have no faith in Wiggins.
The Clippers become robots.
I do not like Wiggins one bit.
I like Wiggins, bro.
I do too.
Jimmy Butler does not trust you. I don't.
If who?
Jimmy Butler does not trust you, and he smells dog in you. And if you don't smell it, I don't want you.
He's not gonna smell dog in Kawhi Leonard.
Huh?
He's not gonna smell. I don't think Jimmy Butler will like Kawhi Leonard.
I think
Jimmy Butler's got that outward personality that will try to bring it out of people. Kawhi Leonard would not be about it.
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard is very indifferent. They said that he's very indifferent.
Yeah.
And he's not really a leader. He's will do everything to get himself prepared, but not to galvanize the troops. So it's kind of like
that's true. He's not a leader for sure, but he's definitely a person that's gonna get ready and do everything he needs to do to be ready to win.
Yeah.
Right. But
That's kind of a leader, like inadvertently a leader, because he's just like, well, I'm just keeping everything in line and make sure I'm doing anything. And if you're not, well, we're gonna call you out.
That's why you need like a Draymond.
You're not even gonna call anybody out. Everybody else is gonna call him out.
Well,
That's
yeah,
why you need like a Draymond on the team to hold everybody accountable. Everybody gets everybody energized.
So that was actually supposed to be Montrez, but now they're probably, like you said, gonna let him go. Maybe let Williams.
You can't pay an energy guy, off the bench energy guy.
And I don't know, do they flip Morris as well? I think they should keep Morris and get rid of Paul George and Harrell and Williams.
I mean, I like when they flip Paul George for Drew Holiday. I would have done that for sure. But that's off the boards now.
But now Paul George for Wiggins trade would actually be pretty good, and maybe even a what's his name, Oubre. So those are some definitely good trades. But more trades to come in as this, free agency rolls on and season starting on the 22nd. But that is gonna do it for this show, man. This was another good one, C-Mac and G-Reg. This was another good one. As always, check us out. Breaker. Anchor. Spotify. Google Podcasts. Radio Public.
Cool.
I always say anchor.fm for last, but
ooh, I memorized it.
Breaker, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, Spotify, Anchor. What, C-Mac?
FM. AM? No, not the AM. You're going to be listening to something else.
And make sure you look up Stats versus Facts Sports Talk. If you ain't got that VS, what you listen to, G-Reg?
That BS.
Yes, sir. And make sure also on YouTube we're there, Stats versus Facts Sports Talk. Follow the Twitter and the IG, SVF Sports Talk. And fellas, we will be back for next week, getting ready to go into grudge match in the weekend.
Ooh.
Mike
good.
Tyson, Roy Jones Jr.
Y'all must have forgot.
I forgot.
Next weekend.
Caught me slipping.
Play that Roy Jones.
Also, one more thing before we go. McGregor, Poirier, I think this will be the second matchup that they're having, set for January the 23rd. That's going to be a great matchup, and we will talk about that also again sooner. As well as check out Figueredo. I'm probably butchering the heck out of his name, but I think it's Devinson Figueredo against Alex Perez. Figueredo being the flyweight champion against Perez, who is, I believe he's the #1 contender. So also check that out. We'll have Mr. Danny G to break all that down on the next show. Fight. So for G-Reg and for C-Mac, it's been your boy Marsh. And as always, you can catch us and catch us next time on that. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. On that.
Stats versus facts. Ayy, stats versus facts. Ayy, know where we at on the stats versus facts. Yeah, my boy, hella black. He black. On the stats versus facts. And you might get smacked by the stats versus facts. Ayy.